going to run you through the action sequence, right? So first up is going to be linear march skip with running arms. Some things we want to think about before we do this is the concept of staying tall, okay? Chest up, knees up, toes up. When I say chest up, I want to think about seeing and reading your logo on your chest, on your shirt from about 10 yards away, okay? Also, you want to think about you're not jumping off the ground. You're placing force into the ground, the full foot, okay? And via the energy going in the ground, you're going to bounce up slightly. So when you press into the ground, that energy helps you propel up a little bit, okay? You're not jumping, you're driving force in, okay? Also, you want to have the arms a little bit loose, but with the concept and thinking of having $100 bills in your armpits as well. I don't want to see any T-Rex arms or over swinging, okay? So we don't want any of this, and we don't want any of this, okay? There's a noticeable difference between those two, which are undesirable, versus the one that we do want. $100 bills in my armpits. They're staying a bit lax, a bit relaxed, and I'm having good arm action going on without hiking up my neck and my traps. So it's going to be like this. Okay, that's what we want in the drill, okay? Once we have those pieces together, we get into the drill. Linear march skip with running arms. So I start by walking slow and controlled in place until I feel comfortable, then I get into the drill, right? So right knee up, right toe up, left arm, and switch. Good, forceful drive into the ground. Notice how it helps propel me up. Toes up, knees up, chest up. Okay, notice I'm not going side to side and I'm not sprinting. I'm trying to stay tall and go up, okay? Next up we have lateral shuffle with overhead swings. This one's seen a bit more in lateral slides in basketball. Faulty patterns I see is when athletes drive their toes out, leading their knees into a little bit of valgus, undesirable, not good, something we want to avoid. So keep the toes relatively straight. If the angle off to the side a bit, not a problem, but we don't want to sumo the stance, so to speak. And then with the arms, light swing, light elbow bend, hips in and back a bit, knees bent a bit, so athletic position, okay? So I'm going to be here. Okay, and then coming towards you, pushing off the rear foot, so in this case it would be the right foot, okay? Next up, wall acceleration drill. It's going to be a single exchange. So what I want to do is walk up to the wall, stay parallel with my body, hands up front of my shoulders, flat to the wall, okay? From here, I'm going to create a bit of tension into the wall with my hands, arms stay locked out, nice and straight. I'm going to walk my body out to roughly a 45-degree angle, okay? From here, I still have a big, tall, proud chest, okay? Notice you could drop a pane of glass from my shoulders to my hips to my knees to my feet. Nice and straight. We want to avoid the crunching. We don't want that. We want to stay nice and tall, tension to the wall, 45-degree angle, nice and erect. This is literally very similar to the linear march skip drill with the running arms. Only difference is we have a constant tension into the wall. We're really working on that leg drive, okay? So I'm going to start with the right knee, right toe up. I'm going to switch quickly, pause my landing. So it's a single exchange. The goal is to have minimal movement in the hips. I want everything to be flush. I want movement to happen below the hips. Below the waistline. I don't want the torso to move at all from the single exchange, okay? So I'm nice and tall on the wall, 45-degree angle. Start here and okay, quick snap of the hips for a single exchange, okay? Now we have the quick drop squat, the quick drop squat with the two-stacking stick. All right, so we want to focus on the landing here, okay? So I'm going to start here, roughly hip width apart, hips and knees bent slightly. Starting here, in a slow-mo version, all that's really happening is my feet come off the ground, maybe an inch. My arms act as, they propel me to sit back. So slow-mo would essentially be, that's slow-mo, okay? And if you think about it, all I'm doing is catching my fall via the 1 inch off the ground my feet come. Okay, so it's just catch slow like that. Okay, slow-mo again, not the real version yet. Okay, really looks like a squat. But the real version of it, notice my feet come off the ground maybe an inch at max. Quiet landing, 2 second stick. Tall, 2 second stick. Tall, 2 second stick. Okay, notice how the arms help propel me back. I gotta catch the landing. Okay. Lastly, we have the quick lateral crossover drill with the 2 second stick landing as well. So imagine having some sort of line on the ground, just banded just for you to see, to imagine the line being there. Okay. I want to think when I do this drill, the goal is not to go as far to the side as possible, and it's not to go as high up as possible. It's to go in between those two. So we want a bit of distance, we want a bit of height, a little bit of both, okay? All you want to think about doing is, I'm essentially athletic position, okay? Butt back, I'm ready for defense, okay? I want to lean into that left side or the side that's near the line, okay? Right arm down, so opposites are active, okay? In a slow-mo version, all I'm really doing is pressing in, crossing this leg over, getting tall, and then sticking again, okay? Oppositely, sticking in, crossing over, getting tall, sticking, okay? Use that line as a reference to remind you not too far, stay in between the height and the distance, okay? So real time would be